Hello and welcome to the Alpha Movement Podcast. Today is a special episode, not only because you get to listen to me ranting and raving for a few minutes, but also because it's the first episode since releasing my book, The Impossible Art of Consistency, The Functional Athlete's Complete Guide to Unshakable Consistency. And this is like the first proper book, like a physical actual book that I've ever released, so it's huge for me, and yeah, people are really enjoying it, so I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do today is actually give you a little excerpt from said book, basically because I think I'm going to be completely honest, I think you should buy it. I really want to kind of get it out into the world and show people just how powerful it can be, and kind of, it's a very short book. It's made to be consumed in about 90 minutes. It's simple, and it has a load of kind of practical tips in there about how to be more consistent, because it's something that I think people will kind of fail with on a fairly regular basis. And excuse me whilst I drink a sip of buttery coffee, which was delicious, but also very fucking hot. So the chapter that I want to kind of read you is a super short chapter. As I said, it's a short book. It's made to be kind of like almost pocket size, so you can just kind of take it around and kind of take bits and pieces out there. There's some like some practical elements of it as well, all that kind of stuff. But you can see that you can buy it on Amazon and all those kind of places. Oh, by the way, Amazon as well. If you try and buy it, you search for the art of consistency or the impossible art of consistency, it doesn't turn up, but if you do search for Tom Foxley, it's there. For some reason I don't know, I like trying to sort it out, but who knows. Anyway, why consistency? That is the title of the chapter that I'm going to go through, and it starts, as all my things do, with a quote that's made to make me sound more clever than I actually am, which is we are what we repeatedly do. Excellent is not an act but a habit. And that's of course by Aristotle. Just one thing separates you from your athletic potential. It's simple to understand but hard to execute. The path to success is actually incredibly simple. Do what works consistently. Learning what works seems to have been the focus of training since it was first a thing in Greece, almost 3,000 years ago. In this information age, finding out what works is actually easy. In fact, it can be overwhelming when you start to see just how much information is available. So all that remains is to find a plan, follow the program in your box, eat paleo and regular mobility work, and then just do it, right? Wrong. If only it were that easy. How many times you started, then falling off the wagon? How many times you bought an Olympic weightlifting program, a membership to mobility-based website, a new nutrition plan, and then never started? How many New Year's, New Me's have you experienced? Finding answers is easy. Executing it, however, is a whole new ballgame. When I was training for any single one of my goals, it was easy to find information, but no matter how perfect the plan, no matter how much thought I put into it, no matter how much I wanted it, I just couldn't make myself do it. I would stick to the program for a few days, or if I was lucky, a few weeks. Then something would happen, and I'd lose track again. Time and time again, this would happen, for probably about 3 years. Then I was directed almost on the last day of school to a book called Bounce by Matthew Seard. Side note, most of you would have heard me ranting and raving about this. It's an awesome book, actually. Now, having read it, I can say the information that in there is freely available, yet it triggered a realization in me. I'm free to make my own decisions. I took ownership of the situation and threw myself into learning the questions that I mentioned a few pages back. Over the years, I've tried countless methods to become more consistent. Some have worked, some haven't. What occurred to me, but was succinctly said by Gabriel Engel, he was a hardcore, extreme military member and an awesome coach. He was on the Alpha Movement podcast, and he said this: methods are many, principles are few. The following principles are what I've discovered. Know yourself, create a vision of success, and make it easy. So those are what we'll be covering, plus a bit more, of course. And that kind of wraps up a really short introduction to my book. It's not a huge, long book. It's not meant to be something that consumes a lot of your time, because after all, the mindset stuff is the whole point of it is to get you in the box, slamming down some PRs and feeling good and kind of lifting some heavy shit, because that's what we all want to be doing. That's why we got into CrossFit in the first place, or a functional sport, because I suppose I'm not allowed to say CrossFit. Let me take another sip of bulletproof coffee. So yeah, it's available to buy. If you head over to Amazon and search for Tom Foxley, it should come up. You can get it in either a paperback, as in a hard copy, or you can get a Kindle copy, both of which are equally good. They're the same book, and yeah, do me a favour, and I'm going to ask you nicely, and I'll probably try and stay away from begging you to buy it. But thank you, and I shall be back with another awesome podcast actually coming up next. Next one will be with none other than Chris Spieler, which you can actually find the live stream on my Facebook page. So if you add me on Facebook, you can find that. And I think that is about it for today. Just a quick one, just 5 minutes or so, and I shall see you soon for another episode of the Alpha Movement Podcast. Oh, by the way, if you do buy the book, nothing would make me happier than obviously buying the book in the first place, but leaving a 5-star review and a nice little comment about it in Amazon, because it just helps to reach more people, and that's what I kind of want to do with my work at the moment. So I'll see you then. See you soon for another episode of the Alpha Movement Podcast.